Hello all my dear student friends. Welcome to this session. We are studying the subject engineering metrology. Right now we are studying angular measurement and angle decker is being studied now. So what is this angle decker? We know that angle decker is a angle measuring device. But we have studied several angle measuring devices. What is the speciality of the angle decker? Till now we have studied the angle measuring devices, and in those devices we were knowing the plane in which the angle is required to be measured. But in case of angle decker, when we don't know exactly the plane in which the angle is required to be measured, or the plane in which the tilting of a particular surface is taking place, and we have to find out the exact tilting of the surface in a three-dimensional manner. So in this case it is necessary to measure the angle in two planes, say one in the vertical plane and another in the horizontal plane, and that too simultaneously. So angle decker can be used for simultaneous measurement of the tilting angle of a surface in two planes. Thus, angle decker is an angular comparator or autocollimator telescope. So the principle of autocollimator telescope is also used in the angle decker, and this angle decker can simultaneously measure vertical and horizontal angular displacements, and the least count may be something like 60 minutes by 40 minutes. So for example, in vertical plane the displacement more than 40 minutes can be measured, or in horizontal plane the angular displacement more than 40 minutes can be measured simultaneously with the help of this device known as the angle decker. So let us study the construction of the angle decker. So the angle decker consists of a microscope. So in the microscope, this is the microscope eyepiece, this is the objective lens of the microscope. At the same time we are also having a collimating objective lens. So this is a collimating objective lens. The function of the collimating objective lens is to make the beam of light narrow, or reduce the width of the beam of the light, or reduce the diversion of the rays passing through this particular lens. So this is a collimating objective lens, and this is the workpiece or the reflector, and whose angle is required to be measured or compared. This is nothing but a source of light, and this is a prism which will just divert the path of the light by 90 degrees, and this is nothing but a glass screen. So on this glass screen we are having two scales engraved. So here we are having a horizontal scale engraved, that is called as the datum scale, and that is engraved across the center of the screen. So here we are having the datum scale, which is a horizontal scale. Here we are having a vertical scale. So this scale is perpendicular to this particular scale, and this is also engraved on this particular glass screen. Now this angle decker consists of a microscope it consists of a microscope, and it consists of a collimating objective lens. So this is a microscope, this is a collimating objective lens, and two scales engraved on a glass screen. So this is a glass screen. On this glass screen two scales are engraved. Here we horizontal scale is engraved, and here vertical scale is engraved, and this glass screen is placed in the focal plane of objective lens. So this particular glass screen is located or placed exactly in the focal plane of the objective lens. Now out of these two scales, as I have told you, one scale is horizontal. So the scale here is horizontal, which can be seen through this microscope eyepiece directly, that is the horizontal datum scale, and it is fixed across the center of the screen. It is fixed across the center of the screen and is always visible in the microscope eyepiece. So this is the eyepiece of the microscope, and this horizontal datum scale is always visible through this microscope eyepiece. There is another scale which is nothing but an illuminated vertical scale. So here we are having a vertical scale which is illuminated, and this lamp is used for illuminating this particular scale, and which is in normal position. Normally this vertical scale, illuminated scale, is outside the view of the eyepiece. So this vertical scale directly cannot be seen through this eyepiece of the microscope, and what can be seen through this microscope eyepiece is only the reflected image of this particular vertical illuminated scale. So this vertical illuminated scale cannot be directly seen through this microscope eyepiece, but its reflected image can be seen through this microscope eyepiece. So these two scales are seen like this. This is nothing but the earpiece view of the angle Decker. Sorry, eyepiece view of the angle Decker. So this is the field of view of the eyepiece, and here we can see the fixed datum scale, that is the horizontal scale, can be always seen through the eyepiece of the microscope. And here we are having the illuminated scale which is engraved, which is also engraved on the same glass screen, but this cannot be directly seen through this particular eyepiece, but the reflected image of this particular vertical and illuminated scale can be seen like this through the eyepiece. So this is nothing but the reflected image of the illuminated scale, and this is the fixed datum scale, which is horizontal. So this fixed datum scale is horizontal, and this is the reflected image of the illuminated scale, which is vertical, and these two scales intersect each other, and the point of intersection gives us two readings. So these two readings actually indicate the tilt, angular tilt of the surface, and this angular tilt is measured with respect to in two planes. One is the vertical plane, other is the horizontal plane. The reflected image is illuminated and is received at right angles to the fixed scale. So this is the fixed scale. The reflected image is illuminated and it is seen at right angles to the fixed scale or the horizontal scale. In this position, the two scales, that is horizontal and vertical, they intersect each other. So of course these two scales, vertical scale, that is the illuminated scale, and the horizontal scale, which is the fixed datum scale, they intersect each other at right angles. They are perpendicular to each other. Thus the reading on the illuminated scale measures the vertical and horizontal angular deviations simultaneously. So the reading on this particular illuminated scale will measure the deviations, angular deviations, vertical angular deviation as well as horizontal angular deviations. Both the deviations can be measured simultaneously here. In other words, changes in angular position of reflector. Reflector is nothing but that workpiece whose angle is to be measured. So that will reflect the light according to its angular position. and according to that we will get the reading which can be seen through the eyepiece of the microscope. So in other words, changes in the angular position of reflector in two planes, vertical and horizontal, are indicated by changes in the intersection of the two scale. So if there are changes in the angular position of the reflector in the two planes, in any of the two planes, vertical plane or the horizontal plane, so the changes in both the planes can be seen by the intersection of the two scales. If the angular position is changed in these two planes, then the point of intersection will be changed, right, on this particular scales, both the scales, vertical scale and horizontal scale. So now let us study the working of the angle decker. Angle decker is capable of measuring small variations in the angular setting, that is determining the angular tilt. So let us study how to determine the angular tilt, how to use the angle decker for determining the angular tilt, small angular tilt in a particular surface. So angle decker is capable of measuring small variations in the angular setting, that is the for determining the angular tilt of a particular flat surface. For measuring the angle of a component, the working principle is the method of measurement by comparison. So comparison is done in this angle decker. So comparison is always done with the standards, and the standards which we are using here are nothing but the angle gauges. So we are using a combination of angle gauges, and by using the combination of angle gauges we set the angle which is approximately equal to the angle of the component whose angle is required to be measured. Thus first of all the angle gauge combination is set up. First of all we set up the combination of angle gauge. So the angle gauge combination is set up to the nearest angle of the component, and the angle decker is set such that 0 reading is obtained on the illuminating scale. So we are using the set of the angle gauge or the angle gauge combination, and then that is kept in place of the workpiece first of all, and the angle decker is set with the help of this combination of angle gauges, forming a particular angle which is closest to the angle of the component, and with the help of this particular combination of the angle gauge we are setting the angle decker to 0 reading. So 0 reading of the angle decker is obtained on the illuminating scale. The angle gauge built up is then removed. Angle gauge built up is now removed because that is used only for the standards, only for comparison. So that angle gauge combination is now replaced by the component under test. So the component which is under test, the component whose angle is required to be measured, that is kept in place of the angle gauge combination. So the angle gauge combination is replaced by the component under test, and then we find out the readings, we find out the error, we find out the change in the reading. Actually we find out the change in the point of intersection along the scale. So here in this way, this was the previous reading when the slip gauges were being used, and after replacement of the slip gauge combination by the actual component, this is the error obtained. Okay, and that is our reading, that is the difference between the slip gauge combination angle and the actual angle of the component. So a straight edge is used to ensure that there is no change in lateral positions. There should be no change in the lateral positions. So in order to ensure that there is no change in the lateral positions, we are using a straight edge, and the new positions of reflected illuminated scale, the new position of the reflected illuminated scale with respect to the fixed scale gives the angular tilt of the component from set angle. So previously the angle is set with the help of the slip gauge combination, and the angle decker is set to 0. The position of the illuminated scale is set to 0, and then the new position of the reflected illuminated scale with respect to the fixed scale is found out, and that will give the angular tilt of the component from the set angle. So in this way we are using the angle decker, and now let us study the applications of the angle decker. So angle decker is always used in combination with the angle gauges. It is used in measuring angle of a component. So for simple measurement of the angle of a component, angle decker can be used, and the angular setting of machines can also be done by using the angle decker. Then the checking slope angles of V blocks can be done by using the angle decker. And finally, for measuring angle of the taper gauge, we can use the angle decker. So these are the applications of the angle decker, and now with this, that's all with the study of the angular measurements and the angle decker. Thank you, my dear friends.